Our game Dreamrunner is a 2D game, but what does that even mean? It means that in development and gameplay, we only really use the X and Y axis for left and right and up and down, but we don't really use the Z axis for forward and backwards. You can see this pretty clearly in the editor in 3D mode. Pretty much everything appears to be layered on top of each other with no depth at all. This is different than some 2D games who actually layer their flat assets along the Z-axis and then use a perspective camera to capture that depth. Since we're using an orthographic camera that makes everything a flat plane, we have to add the illusion of depth back in using code, using things like backgrounds and foreground objects that move at different speeds relative to the player. Being a 2D game means we also have to be careful about the player's position along the Z-axis. He pretty much stays locked at 0 because if he doesn't, we might end up in a situation like this where he's actually behind the camera. Another thing we have to be careful about is his rotation. Since he's flat, turning him along the X or Y axis will result in some weird Paper Mario-like rotations. Rotating him along the Z axis does have its uses because it doesn't reveal his flatness. In general, we keep that locked at 0 as well though, because if we don't, it creates some pretty wonky scenarios. His Z rotation is usually constrained to prevent this, but look at what happens if that isn't checked. He has a really hard time staying upright, and any uneven force applied to him tends to knock him over. Let me know if you've enjoyed any of these fun facts about 2D games.